Black Mirror is prized for its ability to challenge the ideas of our world by presenting us with unique scenarios from distant ones. The episode San Junipero seeks to put a question into our mind: what gives life its value? In this visual argument scene analysis, I will break down one of the final scenes of the episode. In this scene, the producers use close, medium, and long shots, lighting and deep space, and diegetic sound and silence to portray the irreplaceable value and beauty of the physical world and explore the conflict taking place in Kelly's mind: accept her death and life as is, or continue on in the virtual world. To provide slight context, our two main characters, Kelly and Yorkie, just came out of a heated argument. The fight began because of Kelly's disinterest in staying in San Junipero, a virtual world, after she dies in the real world, and Yorkie lashing out at her for it. Kelly signifies to Yorkie that San Junipero lacks the value and scarcity of the real world that makes it so important.
Pitied you. And now you give me some sales pitch about how fucking peachy forever could be.
I'm sorry.
You want to spend forever somewhere nothing matters?
The establishing shot of this scene is split across two shots, laying out the big ideas that we'll be taking in throughout the rest of the scene. We begin with a wide shot of the facility that Kelly lives at. The sound of birds and the rustle of trees quietly fill the background. The wide shot is used to show off the vast and beautiful area that surrounds the facility. The facility is even somewhat blended into the mountainside. By capturing all of these aspects together, the shot establishes the focus of the scene: the connection between the natural world and human life. The next shot is from within the facility, where we see a community of older people and caretakers busy as the morning begins, mostly seeming to enjoy their morning by chatting with others. The panning shot displays the facility and the people, but also emphasizes the distance between the chatter of the people and Kelly. As we pass by the initial wall, everyone is much more dull, either sleeping or quietly eating. The colors in this frame are very monotone and similar, blending together with the environment. As the camera moves across the room, Kelly sticks out in yellow clothing, still bland yet unique, which contrasts to the white shades worn by the rest of the people in the scene. Kelly is placed in this quiet room, communicating to us that she feels disconnected from the joyful chatter of the others, but furthermore, she is placed in the corner, showing us that she is even disconnected from the others in the quiet room. When we see Kelly in San Junipero, she is this outgoing party girl, so seeing her this way is strange and clearly communicates that something is wrong as her caretaker comes to talk to her. In the distance, we can see the horizon behind her. The horizon is used as a symbol for Kelly's life. This gives us an idea of the scope of her life, nearly complete with the horizon nearing. The sunlight shines over and illuminates the earth behind her, and she looks over as if examining what she is about to lose. Not only the world she lives in, but also the life she has made for herself within it. As we continue throughout the scene, contrasting elements and lighting become a prominent way to reinforce the message of the scene. We cut to that night, where Kelly seems to be sick and in pain as she harshly coughs. The shot is entirely illuminated by artificial light, in contrast to the previous shot. The sky is dark and alludes to Kelly's life coming to a close, where the only thing that keeps her life bright is that which is artificial. This also represents that Kelly may not know what lies ahead of her, as the darkness hides her future. The scene is silent except for the light music, further contrasting the previous shot to this one. As her cough diminishes, a closer shot gives us a better look at her facial expression, as she realizes the reality of her situation. She takes a couple of breaths and communicates her acceptance of the situation through her facial expression, which lacks any polarizing feeling. This tells us that Kelly is not going to be fully satisfied no matter what decision she makes, whether she decides to live in San Junipero or not. We enter the final sequence of the scene, where we get a close-up of Kelly's face as the sunrise illuminates the shop. Again, the sound of wildlife and wind build the setting's atmosphere. This brings a special attention to the environment and its natural beauty. Kelly sits outside, and again we see the recurring theme as she looks out to the world and horizon in front of her, reflecting upon the life that she has lived. While the sunlight shines behind her, the side of Kelly's face that we see is in shadow. This disconnect between her face and the setting shows us that Kelly is still divided on what she believes to be the right decision, but her emotion tells us that her decision is made. Kelly's facial expression brings gravity to the shot. This time her face hints at sadness and fear of what's to come. She knows that this may be the last time that she's able to watch the sun rise and the world light up. Her caretaker enters the scene, this time with a bleak facial tone matching Kelly's. Finally, we see a shot from behind Kelly and her caretaker that allows us to see the entire valley in frame. The framing of this shot further compounds the connection between the valley and Kelly's life. Kelly looks upon the valley, continuing to reflect on her life, but importantly, her caretaker, who has shown to be very important to Kelly, is there to share the moment with her. As her caretaker looks upon the world with her, it feels as though she is validating Kelly's life, as she takes in the beauty of it. Kelly realizes that she'll never be able to experience a moment like this again. In the following dialogue, Kelly tells her caretaker that she is ready to move on from this life, and has made the decision to live in the virtual world of San Junipero.
All things considered, I guess I'm ready.
Interestingly, we can see the caretaker's face illuminated by the sunlight. Contrasting this to Kelly, we can infer that this represents that the caretaker is a bright point for Kelly, someone that she can look to in times of darkness. This is why it is so important that she is there with Kelly to experience this moment. One final close-up of Kelly ends the scene. She is not happy nor truly sad. Even though she may not be satisfied with her decision, she can be satisfied with the life that she lived. She expresses to us that she is decided and prepared for whatever may come. Throughout this analysis, we saw how shot framing, mise-en-scène, and sound were used to accomplish the portrayal of the connection between the real world and Kelly's life, and Kelly's acceptance yet dissatisfaction toward her decision. Proper use of these filmic concepts can lead to a very emotionally impactful and detailed scene that displays the bittersweet nature of Kelly's choice. While the scene gave us a resolution to our story, it didn't truly give us an answer to our question: what gives life its value? If we go solely based off of Kelly's decision, then we would believe that the value of life can be found in this fabricated world. But Kelly seems so dissatisfied throughout the scene that we wonder if she even thinks that she made the right decision. Is there value in a life where life is forever? Is there value in a world built void of struggle and worry? These questions are left unanswered by the episode and are given to the viewer to answer for themselves. So, go watch San Junipero and form your own opinion. Thanks for watching.